Hey everyone, I'm back here with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the really good junk cards that we got in Premium Pack. If you didn't see my previous video, we got a bunch of cards revealed at a Premium Pack. They revealed almost all of the new cards. That's pretty rare because usually Konami only reveals a couple of them every time, but this time they decided to reveal almost all the new ones. If you aren't aware what Premium Pack is, it's basically a pack made for the manga cards for them to import into the OCG and the TCG. They pick a different manga character or multiple characters from each different series and they import the cards. I won't lie, this year's Premium Pack is pretty disappointing. I read some of the other cards from GX, Zexal, and Arc 5 and most of them are really bad. Even in 5Ds, Jack got 2 cards and one of them is pretty decent I suppose, but the other one is really bad. However, the saving grace out of this year's Premium Pack is that Yusei got 2 cards and both of them are incredibly broken. When I say they're broken, I don't mean broken in the loose term sense, I mean broken in I can't believe Konami made these cards real. Both of these cards are insanely broken and they feel like custom cards. They make the Synchron deck so much better and they give the Junk Speeder combo the ability to make an anti-Nibiru with one card. I was pretty sure you could do the Junk Speeder combo with one card and you definitely can. However, just making an anti-Nibiru combo isn't that impressive in my opinion with the new cards because these 2 cards are incredible. What I wanted to do as well was make anti-Nibiru and anti-Dark Ruler. The reason why is because Dark Ruler no More is one of the strongest spell cards in the game. It can negate all the effects of your face-up monsters on your opponent's field and they can't activate any monster effects in response to the card. Pretty much every combo deck in my opinion should end with a card that can stop Dark Ruler no More on their board. I'm gonna show you guys an anti-Dark Ruler and anti-Nibiru 1 card combo in Synchron now with the new Junk support. The only card that you need in your hand to do this combo is Junk Meister. This card has 3 effects. You can reveal a Stardust or Warrior monster in your extra deck to summon this card from your hand. However, if you do, you cannot special summon anything from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Synchro monsters. If this card is normal or special summon, you get to add a Junk card from your deck to your hand except Junk Meister. Also, you get to target one Junk monster you control, decrease its level by up to 2. So this card is incredibly insane. Not only is it a free special summon from your hand, but it's also a starter and an extender. Being locked into Synchro for the rest of this turn is honestly not that big of a deal because of Junk Speeder. That card will lock you into Synchros for the whole turn, so it doesn't matter. So we're gonna reveal Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon in my extra deck to summon this card from my hand, and using its effect we get to add a Junk card from my deck to my hand. We're gonna add the other new card, this is Junk Armor. When this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you get to summon it from your hand. Your opponent cannot target Synchro monsters you control with Warrior and or Stardust in the original name with card effects. You contribute this card you control, special summon one Junk or Synchron monster from your deck in defense position except Junk Armor. This card is insane. It's basically a Lone Fire Blossom and a Poplar tied together into one card. So we're gonna summon this card from our hand and tribute it to summon a Synchron monster from our deck. There are some pretty decent targets here like Revolution Synchron or even Stardust Synchron. However, the best card that you do want to summon is Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron is a level 1 tuner and now we're gonna use the 3rd effect of Junk Meister. We're gonna target itself and we can either decrease its level by 1 or 2. We're gonna decrease its card level by 1 to make it a level 3, then we're gonna take Jet Synchron and Junk Meister to summon Herald of Arclight. Now this is how you stop Nibiru in this deck. This card's amazing because when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, you contribute this card to negate that activation and destroy that card. This is also our 5th summon, so this is the first chance that our opponent has to hit us with Nibiru. So this means that Herald of Arclight is anti-Nibiru. If they activate Nibiru, you're gonna tribute this card to negate that activation and destroy it. I am so happy that Synchrons finally have a consistent way to stop Nibiru using only one card. This makes it even better because the effect of Jet Synchron will activate. Because this card was sent to the grave as Synchro material, you get to add a Junk card from your deck to your hand. We're gonna add Junk Synchron. This card is summoned, you get to target a level 2 or lower monster from your grave and summon it to your field. Like I said before, we haven't used our normal summon yet, so we're gonna normal summon Junk Synchron and activate that card's effect. We're gonna target our Junk Armor, and this is perfect. One of the nice things about Junk Armor is that not only is this card a Lone Fire Blossom and a Poplar, but it's also a level 2 non-tuner. This means that you don't have to put another card in your grave for Junk Synchron to make Junk Speeder. This is great because in the previous combos you always had to find a way to get a level 2 non-tuner in your grave. Yeah, it's not that difficult in Synchron, but it's still more work than you had to do. This is why these 2 new Junk cards are really good, and Konami did a great job designing these cards. Sometimes whenever Konami makes new cards, I always question the card design, but right here they did a really good job. So now we're going to take Junk Armor and Junk Synchron to summon Junk Speeder. We're going to summon 4 Synchron monsters from our deck. We're going to summon Assault Synchron, Revolution Synchron, Stardust Synchron, and Wheel Synchron. Now some people might be confused why we're summoning Wheel Synchron because some decks don't run that card. None of the effects actually matter on this card. Now what this card does is it can give you another normal summon for a Synchron monster during your main phase. It also has an effect where you can banish the card from the grave. You get to reduce the levels of a monster you control by up to 4. None of these effects are important, however, this card can honestly just be a vanilla. I just need to summon a level 5 tuner monster from my deck that's a Synchron. You're gonna see why that's important important later. Because we summon Stardust Synchron, we get to add any spell or trap from our deck that mentions Stardust Dragon. We're going to add Stardust Illumination. Now we're going to do something that might seem very strange to people. We're going to take our Herald of Arclight and our Stardust Synchron so we can make Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Now you're probably wondering why we're getting rid of our Arclight, because that's our way to stop Nibiru, but don't worry, Crystal Wing is here. When a monster effect is activated, this card can negate that effect and destroy that card. So we still have a way to stop Nibiru on our field, so if our opponent tries to nib us later on, we can still negate that. However, it might be strange to get rid of Arclight because I still got rid of another monster. The reason why I have to get Arclight off my field is because this card has a negative effect tied to it. Any monster sent from the hand or main deck to the grave is banished instead. This is really bad because I want to summon Axel Synchron. If you don't know what that card is, it's a level 5 Synchro monster. What that card does is by sending a Synchron tuner monster from your deck to the grave, it can either increase the card's level or decrease it by whatever the level of the monster that you sent to the grave. I can't use that effect if I have Herald of Arclight on my field, so I'm gonna get rid of it now while it's still easy to do so. We still got to keep a monster negate on our field, so don't worry, we're still safe from Nibiru. However, the real reason why I want to send Arclight to the grave because I get to add a ritual monster from my deck to my hand when it's sent to the grave. We're gonna add Habakiri to our hand. That's right, we're gonna do full Mitsurugi combo. I know everyone loves Mitsurugi combo and they want me to do Mitsurugi combo in all the decks I showcase. So what this card does is by revealing this card in your hand, you can summon a Mitsurugi monster from your deck and then tribute one monster. Just with this one card, we'll be able to get Habakiri, Murakoma, and Purification. So now we're gonna activate. I'm just kidding, guys. I wasn't even originally gonna add a Habakiri to my hand. I sent Arclight to the grave in a test combo and I figured I might as well add a Habakiri here just to mess with you guys. Don't worry guys, I'm not gonna post Mitsurugi combo in any of the combos that I post. The reason why I don't post Mitsurugi in any of the combos like RDA is because I find them so boring. I like watching combos too, and anytime I see any combo posted online, no matter what archetype I'm watching, I see Habakiri, it's always just full Mitsurugi combo and it's so boring. I was trying to watch a Magnet Warrior combo and then someone just showed me Mitsurugi and I find it so bad. There's really no point in posting a combo for that archetype if you're just gonna show me Habakiri. Anyways, I'm not gonna do Mitsurugi combo. I just thought it would be funny if I did a Habakiri jump scare. We are honorable people on this channel, we do not post Habakiri combo. Anyways, back to the combo, we're gonna take our Assault Synchron and Junk Speeder so we can summon Zeron the Chainbound Dragon. This is a new monster from Burst Protocol. Now Zeron is really unique because he's an Omni Negate that can't be used immediately. Zeron can only be used as a Chain Link 3 for the lowest, but this card is very unique. This card can negate the first card in a chain even if it's blocked by a Chain Link 2. This is a very unique mechanic that I hope more cards in the future have. Now we're gonna take Zeron and our Wheel Synchron to summon Crimson Dragon. A lot of you may be confused right now because Zeron's a Synchro tuner and so is Wheel Synchron. It's a regular tuner. Zeron has a cool effect where you can treat it as a non-tuner if you use it as Synchro material. Wheel Synchron also has that effect, so it doesn't matter which one you use. Now since Crimson Dragon was summoned, its effect will activate. It will let you add a spell or trap from your deck to your hand that mentions Crimson Dragon. We're gonna add Synchro Rumble to our hand. Now we're gonna activate the second effect of Crimson Dragon. You get to target a level 7 or higher Synchro monster you control, return Crimson Dragon to the extra deck, and if you do, you get to summon a Dragon Synchro monster from your extra deck that has the same level as the monster that you targeted on the field. My Crystal Wing is a level 8, so we're gonna summon Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon. Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon with Synchro Summon lets you target a level 2 or lower tuner monster from your grave. This is very nice because Crimson Dragon treats the monster that it summons as a proper Synchro Summon. So now we're gonna activate Stardust Illumination. What this card does is it sends a Stardust main deck monster from your deck to the grave. However, if you control Stardust Dragon or a Synchro monster that mentions that card, you can summon that monster instead, so it turns the card into Emergency Teleport. We're gonna do that and we're gonna summon Stardust Trail from our deck. Now you're gonna take level 1 Jet Synchron and Stardust Trail to summon Axel Synchron. This is the card that I was talking about before where you need to get rid of Herald of Arclight if you want to use this card. So now the effect of Stardust Trail will activate. If this card is used as Synchro material to summon a Warrior Synchron or Stardust Synchro monster, you get to special summon one level 1 Stardust token, so we're gonna do that. Now we're gonna activate the effect of Axel Synchron. We get to send a Synchron tuner monster from our deck to the grave and either increase or decrease that monster's level by the sent monster's level. We're gonna send Stardust Synchron to the grave, and because Stardust Synchron is a level 4, we can make Axel Synchron either a level 1 or level 9. We're gonna take level 9 Axel Synchro and the level 1 token to summon a level 10 Synchro. We're gonna summon Genex Return Zero. This is one of the best Synchro monsters ever, and I've never got to showcase it in a combo before. I really wanted to showcase it in this combo because we can make great use of this card's effects. This card needs a Dark Tuner to summon it, and Axel Synchron is a Dark Tuner. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you get to banish one monster in your grave that has the same attribute as that monster, negate that activation and destroy that card, and the best thing about this card's monster negate is that it's not a once per turn. You can use this effect up to 6 times per turn as long as you banish a different attribute. This is great for us because we have so many different attributes in our grave. We have a light, we have dark, we have earth, we have fire, and we have wind. The only one that we're missing is water. So if you run into Mermail when they don't have Bahamut Shark, then you just got really unlucky. However, if you run into an actual good deck, this is great. You'll be able to negate any of their monster effects. So now we're going to activate the effect of Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon. This card contributes itself on the field to summon Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. Then immediately you can Synchro Summon. Also for the rest of the turn, the monster that you Synchro Summon with this effect is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. This is pretty good, but we don't really care about it because we're going to use this effect on our turn. You're going to take Stardust Dragon and Revolution Synchron so you can summon Jiraishin, the Cursed Thunder God. This card is pretty cool. It's a generic level 11 synchro. Each time your opponent activates a card or effect, you gain 300 life points. During the opponent's turn, as a quick effect though, you get to pay 1500 life points and tribute this card. Activate one of these effects, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls, or destroy all face-up spell and traps they control. This card is pretty good. It's essentially just a board wipe, which is always very nice to have. Now, you do have some other different options if you want to summon a different synchro that I'll talk about at the end. Now, because you tributed Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon, 2 effects will activate. Now, what Assault Synchro does, if a face-up dragon synchro monster you control is tributed or banished, you can banish this card from the grave, then target one of those and special summon it. We're gonna do that and banish this card from our grave to summon our Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon. The other effect that will activate is Stardust Trail. If a monster is banished while you have this card in your hand or your grave, you can special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Now, this is pretty great because now we get 2 free monsters. So now we're gonna activate Synchro Rumble in our hand. You get to target a tuner monster or a level 7 or 8 dragon synchro in your grave and special summon it. So we're gonna bring back our Stardust Synchron and we're gonna take our Stardust Trail and our Stardust Synchron to summon Visas Amritara. Visas Amritara is a very unique synchro monster. It doesn't need a non-tuner to summon it, only needs a light monster. It's very similar to XX Saber Gothams. If this card is synchro summoned, it will let you add a spell or trap that mentions Visas Starfrost from your deck to your hand. We're gonna add Matadome Reframing. This card is very good. If you control a synchro monster, when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect, you can negate that activation. Then if you have Visas Starfrost or a monster with a 1500 attack and 2100 defense, you can destroy that negated card. This is how you're gonna stop Dark Ruler no more. One thing I really don't like about a lot of people when they showcase a combo deck, they just make a huge board that loses to one Dark Ruler no more, and it makes no sense to me. If you're willing to put this many resources into a full board, you should always have at least one card that can stop Dark Ruler no more. Doesn't really make sense to me to commit to such a big board that loses to one Dark Ruler. So now we're gonna activate the Grave effect of Stardust Synchron. What you can do is tribute a monster that you control, and you can special summon this card from your hand or grave. However, you're locked into synchro monsters for the rest of this turn. We're gonna tribute our Amritara to summon Stardust Synchron from our grave. So now you're gonna take your Stardust Synchron and your Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon to summon Crimson Dragon again. So I know we already used Crimson Dragon, but this card's effect also works on the opponent's turn. You're gonna set your Matadome Reframing, and as soon as your opponent's turn starts, you're gonna activate the effect of Crimson Dragon. You're gonna target your level 11 Jiraishin and return Crimson Dragon to the extra deck. Now you get to summon Shooting Majestic Star Dragon. Majestic Star is very good. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can banish this card, negate that activation, and banish the card as well. Then during the end phase of the turn, this card will return itself to the field. This is incredibly good if you ask me. You have a board wipe with Jiraishin for either monsters or spell and traps. You have up to 5 negates off the Genic Synchro. You have a monster negate off Crystal Wing. You have an Omni negate off Shooting Majestic Star Dragon, and you also can stop Dark Ruler no more with Matadome Reframing. Remember, this is all off of one card, and you get anti-Nibiru and anti-Dark Ruler in Synchrons. This new support is incredibly good. I am very happy with these 2 new junk cards. I'm honestly shocked Konami gave this archetype such good cards. It's funny that these cards are called junk when they're better than any garbage that Yusei got in the structure deck earlier this year. Now, while this combo is very good, I'll show you some other alternatives that you may want to think about. Instead of summoning Jiraishin, you can also summon Psychic and Punisher. While your life points are equal to or less than your opponent, this card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. This is amazing because it makes this card a towers. Not only that, you can target one card your opponent controls and one card you control, banish both of them. This card is also removal, which is very good because none of the other cards can do that. Jiraishin can only destroy face-up cards your opponent controls and then it leaves the field. Psychic and Punisher will stay on the field. Now, if you're worried about your opponent summoning cards and you want to destroy them without using Jiraishin, you can summon a different card off Crimson Dragon. Instead of summoning the Majestic Synchro, you can summon Supreme King Dragon Clearwing. What that card does is when it's synchro summoned, you get to destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. So it's just another board wipe, which is very good. I personally wouldn't do this though. I would just stick to Thunder God and the Majestic Synchro. So that's pretty much it. I had a ton of fun comboing with these new junk cards. I am so tired right now, but I had so much fun comboing that I really wanted to post this video. When I read the cards in the structure deck, I was really disappointed with Synchron, but these new cards in the premium pack 100% make up for it. Konami, you did a good job here. So off of one card, you get anti-Nibiru and anti-Dark Ruler in Synchron with Junk Speeder. I don't think anyone can complain about this. So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm incredibly tired, but I hope you had a good one. Take care.